This content is the property of Put It Out There TV, also known as PIOT TV, a property of the House of Yasha Allah El Trust. If you are viewing and or listening to this content on a non-PIOT TV branded platform, then we kindly ask that you stop and flag this content for copyright infringement. Thank you.
Almost 100 years. Yeah, it was almost 100 years before I had even heard of the Moorish Science Temple of America or Noble Drew Ali, which means that with all of this, people saying that they're in line with the temple and or with the prophet, my question is, why has it taken 100 years, damn near, for many Moors across North, South, Central America and the adjoining islands to hear about Noble Drew Ali in his magnificent works and the Moorish Science Temple of America? Why aren't members, Grand Sheiks, chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America coming out and speaking towards the Negro issue, which is still an issue, which is an issue that we know for a fact that Noble Drew Ali addressed in his time? He addressed the Negro issue. So essentially what I'm saying is, for almost the last 100 years, you Moors who have been in position with the Moorish Science Temple of America, which in essence is the foundation of the Moorish movement, right? Which in essence is the foundation of the Moorish movement. You've allowed this to sit still dead in the water for 100 years. All right. That's what you did. You allowed this to sit dead in the water for 100 years. And you can't speak because of your tax status, your 501c3. So you no longer can address the Negro issue. You no longer can go out and speak to the plight of the so-called Negro. But let me go ahead and pull up this video, and then we'll come back. And I also would like to know what you Moors think, depending on where you're viewing this at, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or the actual Put It Out There TV official website. Leave a comment. All right. So let's pull this video up. All right.
First time you and I met, 1996. At the place that you all used to hold, I think you still do, hold lectures in Camden, New Jersey. Yes, sir. No. Oh, okay. That was the first time I met this brother. 96.
See, his brother is the one to watch for. You can tell right here, looking at his spirit, immediately that he has an issue with Taj. You can see he's even saying this is not even the conversation. That's not even what I'm trying to talk about. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to control the conversation. But at the end of the day, what he's letting you know is this brother's conversation, in my honest opinion from observation, this brother's conversation here is just icebreaker, because they've already planned this. This is already planned. Some of these Moors, I myself, one of these Moors, I myself have seen on social media speaking out against Taj Tarik Bey, what he teaches, how he teaches. He's actually in this photo. All right. He's actually in this still on here. I won't point him out, but it looks like in this video, he admires Taj Tarik Bey. At some point in time, when you watch this video, it looks as if he actually admires Taj Tarik Bey. And I think that's really part of the issue. Let's go.
That's why first time.
Let's go back. Look at this brother. That's a whole different conversation.
That's exactly what it is.
That's why that's our first time.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it was. And make no mistake. In the mid to late 90s, this brother's, he could bear witness. In the mid to late 90s, this brother's civic lesson series from the round table was like crack to us. Right? But the reason it was is because it was in the absence, among other things, there was nothing else.
You see? Now this is a member of the Moorish Science Temple. I believe this is a Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science Temple, right? He said Taj Tarik Bey's Moors of the Order of the Round Table civic works that he was putting out was like crack to Moors because it was an absence. There was nothing else. Now, I know why he said absence. It's a twofold. One, because there was nobody putting any information out there for Moors. First of all, almost 100 years had passed. Nobody out there was putting information out there for the Moors who did not know they were Moors, except for Taj Tarik Bey. The second reason why he said there was nothing else, so he's saying this is all we had, so this is all we gravitated to. Basically saying when we found what we were supposed to have, then we knew that this didn't hold much weight. At least that's what I get from what he's saying, right? But the thing is, and not to invalidate that, but what I want to drive home is that almost 100 years had passed and Taj Tarik Bey was the one putting the information out there for Moors. Taj Tarik Bey was a part of what? The prophecy, fulfilling the prophecy of Noble Drew Ali, with Moors going into the temple having knowledge already, but being run out, of course. Let's continue.
Right? We weren't getting anything, remember? I'm good, sister.
Here you go, son.
Remember what I was just saying? Remember what I was just saying? With the resurgence of the Moorish movement, especially on the East Coast, almost all of our information about the movement did not come from the temple. You see what I'm saying?
Do you see what I'm saying? So the whole time the temple was set up to resolve the Negro issue, right? It's set up to resolve the Negro issue, but there's no information coming out of the temple to those who are branded Negro, Black, Colored, African American up under the 14th Amendment, suffering Negro issues, not seeing justice, not being considered a part of the human family, undesirables who lack a national decent name, thus being undesirables and subject to whatever the treatments the true citizens may want to lay upon them. So knowing that they had this information, I also go on to further say, maybe if y'all was doing your job, Taj Tarik Bey wouldn't have had to been out here allegedly misinforming people, while your people were out here dealing with the Negro issues, and y'all have the saving power. Noble Drew Ali said, I brought you everything that you need to save yourselves, to save a nation, but y'all sat on your hands.